The state of Maryland, through either by birth or by trade, has produced exceptional women of character and achievement. From Barbara Fritchie's impact on the Civil War, the modern political power of Barbara Mikulski and Nancy Pelosi, to Oprah Winfrey's touch on popular culture, and Ann Farrow's influence in our industry and all of transportation. Now, we honor the newest to share a prestigious legacy, Barbara Windsor.
I think a good, strong chairman has to have leadership skills, has to have a outgoing personality, be a good speaker, and maybe most of all, be willing to spend a lot of time doing their duties.
I have a feeling it won't be long before there'll be a woman in that group, and that'll be good.
Well, I think Barbara will fill the shoes very capable. She's a good speaker. She's very, very interested in ATA. She just, you know, you just tell by talking to her, she knows what's going on. She keeps up on things. We're going to be proud of her. Maryland's going to be proud of her.
Growing up around a family business ingrains hard work, discipline, and a sense of trust. A trust in those around you to work and care about the business and the industry as much as you do.
You see from Barbara a person who certainly cares tremendously, not just for the business, but for the families that comprise the business. Those are the people who drive the trucks, take care of the trucks, the sales representatives, and everybody else.
Come on, kids. Morning, Sue. How you doing? Fine, thanks.
Having a chairman that comes from a family-owned company, she understands all the problems that they have because she's had the same problems. And I think the small companies, your small companies is what really keeps America rolling.
She actually went into the transportation and airline, and then came back to the family business.
Is it gonna be on time?
Rocky can go get.
She, dug in her heels, went to the customers, learned all about the accounts and everything. It's been a great asset to the company.
Barbara Windsor's journey through transportation may have moved from wings to wheels, but it's always traveled forward, and fast.
I never met anybody that has grasped the industry so fast as she has, and that's just continued. She just has grown so much over the years on knowledge.
I'm Barbara Windsor, Vice Chairman of the American Trucking Association.
In her leadership roles at Maryland Motor Truck Association, at NTTC, as first Vice Chair of the ATA, her leadership role chairing our safety task force. She's been fully engaged for years, and now we appreciate that she's willing to take that involvement to that highest level as Chairman of ATA.
I want to thank Leader McConnell and the Republican senators standing here today for setting up this event.
The politicians don't want to hear from industry associations and industry lobbyists. They want to hear from someone who runs a real-life trucking company. She's always willing to make those visits.
She was very instrumental on an issue, a wetlands issue, which was extremely important to my industry, to the tank truck industry. She not only came down and worked the halls of Congress, she came to Baltimore for a special meeting. Again, it's a history that she grew up in where you support your industry, you support your association.
To be able to have a seat at the table when it comes time to talk about new regulations or existing regulations, the hours of service. So it's very important advocacy in our favor.
As you know, we have a number of women in very key executive leadership positions in the trucking industry. Barbara just happens to be the first that will become our chairman, but I don't think she'll be the last, and I know that she'll represent our industry very well.
It's important to me because, yes, there hasn't been a woman in this position. In fact, there hadn't been a woman sitting on the executive committee until my mother. My mother was the first female that sat on the ATA executive committee.
Like anyone who's learned from and admired those who came before them, Barbara embodies a single goal in all her efforts, both personal and professional: do your family proud.
Barbara knew that this was Granddaddy's business.
Oh yes, she always comes up with that.
She wants to see it continue because Granddaddy started it 70-some years ago. So she's the natural fit to come into it, and she's lived with it.
I wish that he could be here to see that he's taken a company from the work that he did in 1933 and brought it to 2010. And I'm thrilled to be part of this. And yes, this is my history. This is my roots.
I just wonder what they would think if they could see what's happening now. Their granddaughter has achieved that honor.
Yes, because they loved ATA.
They did.
And I knew they'd be on the front row.
And everything.
And it would make them very, very, very proud that the little girl from Newmarket, Maryland.
Why not? We're truckers. I'm a trucker's granddaughter, a trucker's daughter.
Now I am extremely proud to introduce my daughter as the next chairman of the American Trucking Associations.